here we are, all installed. The only thing I've done, I've opened the browser to get the commands to put into the terminal here, and I've run just the 3 commands necessary in there to get the simple screen recorder going. And open the browser, the file manager and VLC just to configure it and test it and whatever, and the sound settings. And that's about all I've done. It's showing 105. Failed to take note of the time when the installation finished, but that'll be on the video, so you can look back at the previous video and see how long that actually took. I think it was around about 25 or 30 minutes, and now I've just been messing around for another 10 minutes or so setting all this up. So I'm just going to hop into what I normally do. Now I've seen this a few times before. This is icon down here near the clock, and it's to do with dependency, unmet dependency. So we'll start the package manager and we'll just see where that's going to take us, because I think last time I had this it did clear itself. See a little bit of tearing and so forth there. Where are we going here? Settings. Just go to the repositories for a moment. Where are we? So this should have the website. There it is there. I just added for simple screen recorder. And I think dare say most of the other PPAs that are in there were already there, default from Zorin. It's gone for the server for Australia. I didn't know it did that. I thought normally it just went for main server. Oh, we'll leave that as it is, and we'll go. Can you update from here somehow? Mark all upgrades. Okay, let's mark all them. Suppose we'll apply them. Okay, 1727 megabytes. This will probably take a little while, so we'll just hit apply there, and I'll probably pause the recording at 8 minutes past 1 according to the time there. Actually, I think I'll just let that run, and we'll just flip over to another desktop. And I'll just get into the system settings. And we'll just run through these. That's all fine. I don't think I need to touch anything there. I'll just leave the default wallpaper for the moment. I usually just uncheck a few things here. I don't like the screen turning off on me all the time. We'll leave language because that's going to want to download some language packs. Can't see too much in there that concerns myself. This one here I normally uncheck all the options, which is, I think it'll just leave, you'll see somewhere in here you're recently used or something like that. But I don't require any of that, so I just turn it all off. leave these two checked for now. Let it send some information to Zorin or Canonical or whoever's interested. Text entry. We're going to get rid of this little English thing down here because I don't need to be told I need that I'm speaking English and using English, and don't have many foreign visitors here, so I'll just leave that. And I don't have Bluetooth, so I don't think there's anything to show there. I'll probably untick that because I don't have any Bluetooth. Nothing in there. Keyboard's usually okay. Yep, nothing I want to muck around with there. Now the mouse, I've got a little trick here. I usually like to alter the speed of it at some stage. It's not actually feeling too bad just at the moment, and what you can hear me doing in the background is just getting a cabled mouse, a USB with a cable mouse, and I've just plugged it in, and there we go, the pointer speed's turned up because the mouse and keyboard I'm using here, they're a Logitech. It was a pair, like a matched, keyboard and mouse in the one box, and it only has the one little dongle thing that goes into the back of the computer into the USB port. And for some reason it just doesn't show the speed setting here. It obviously doesn't really detect that there's a mouse. It's probably a little bit quick for me at the moment. I'll just put it about there. That there's a mouse hooked up to the system. It's a bit slow now. I like to be able to move the mouse around the entire screen. In this case it's about 40 inches. It's a 40-inch TV that I use as a monitor, because there's nothing good on TV these days, so you may as well just convert it into a monitor for your computer. That's great for watching videos. So there's the mouse there. Now I'm just about to go unplug. I've unplugged the USB mouse with the cable on it. Put that away, and see the settings disappeared again there, but the new speed setting stays. What else have we got? Network. We're using DHCP here, so that shouldn't bother us too much. And that's all good. Standard sort of stuff. Power. Okay. Don't suspend when battery's present. Well, this is not a laptop, so none of that's really going to bother us too much. There's no printer hooked up. Display screen looks okay. That's all 1920 by 1080. All looks good. The sound, I've also played with the sound a little bit. I've already tested it.
Front, left, front, center, front, right, rear, left.
She doesn't say subwoofer, but anyway, all the sounds working. I've got a 5.1 sound system hooked up, Logitech again, and that's all working good. And I don't have a tablet. I back up differently, so I won't touch that. The details, just I'm going to make a change in here a bit later, but here you can see Pentium dual core E5200 at 2.5 gigahertz by 2, and what have I got, a GT 520 I think it is, NVIDIA card. There's no driver or anything installed there. 64-bit Zorin OS 10 operating system on a 64 gig drive. That's obviously using probably 4 gigabytes for what do you call that? Virtual memory, paging file, swap. Let's bring up the system monitor here for a moment. No doubt the CPUs will be working pretty hard. And we're using about a gigabyte of memory. We've currently downloaded nearly 600 megabytes of our 1700 that we've got to do. And there's the swap 4 gig. So yeah, the old CPUs are getting right up the top end of the red line area there, but I must say the computer's still working fine. I'm moving around doing my thing here. And this is why I'm going to come back to this in a little while. Default apps. Now I like to use VLC. So video, it's not even showing VLC in there, and I'm going to show a little trick that I do there a bit later, and that's not going to concern me too much either, so I'll just leave that. I'll come back to the firewall in a moment, and none of these two concern me, so I'll just do my little thing with the clock automatically from the internet. Clock, we want to show the weekday, and I like 12 hour and the date and the month, but I usually know what year it is, so I don't bother with that, but I do get confused with the day and the date, etc. That looks pretty good, and seconds don't concern me. I suppose if I was drowning they might, but yeah, I'm not drowning at the moment, so seconds aren't a concern. And so you just start the firewall. Obviously you've got to put your password in there. See where it says off, just click on there and turns on. Takes a few seconds, you'll see all this light up with colours. And that's pretty much all I believe you need to really do on a Linux system like this, and that's pretty much, you could nearly throw this thing away now, the system settings. Once I've set all those things in, except we're going to come back to this details a little bit later when I show you this change here to the video. So there's not even an option there for VLC at the moment, so I don't even know other media. If we went for a, what have we got? Have we got a video, Blu-ray video disc? So even if we go to other application, I don't even think we're going to get VLC in here, because this was a bit of a concern of mine when I first got this Zorin 10, so I can't see. There's VirtualBox, but see, there's not even showing VLC in there, and that's what caused me a bit of concern the first time I tried to configure a Zorin OS 10 Ultimate system. So that's most of that stuff out of the way. We'll just come back here. Yeah, I'm on a 12 megabit plan here, and that's running at a pretty good, ain't it? 13 point, virtually 13 megabits there somewhere. I'll bring the system monitor back up. And see what it says. See, 1.2 megabits. Actually, with a capital B like that, I think that's megabytes. Yes, 1.2 megabytes a second, which is about right. And the small b is for bits, but that's showing bytes. Where's this one? Where are we here? This other one. See that? Oh, that's kilobytes. Anyhow, we're all confused enough. 12 minutes remaining there. We'll I'm going to move the AWN panel to the top. And I'm going to put it in IntelliHide. And that's pretty much all I really do there. These days I might bring the, where are we, applets. We're waiting for the software to finish updating, so we'll just come down here. We'll put the weather app in there, I suppose. Where's that got to go in there? No, it's got to go that side. Oh, I'm dyslexic apparently. That side. That's where I like it, right there. And I'm not living in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. I'm in Melbourne. But we're not going to configure that. Oh, can we do that from there? Preferences. Why not? Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, mate. G'day, mate. How you going there? Before I close that, show temperature, system theme. Not sure which one to run there, that'll do for now. That should be showing the current weather here in Melbourne, which was a bit rainy before. There you go. And we'll put a... Is there another menu in here? Yet another menu applet. Yeah, not that fond of the Windows 7 style Zorin menu that you've got to click and then go back, or I just find that a bit slow. Shortly we're going to install the Cairo dock down the bottom here anyway, and I won't need any of that other stuff that often up there. There's one other thing I like to have up there is the hardware sensors. I don't know if they're going to work without doing some little thing in the terminal or whatever first. Yeah, no sensors found, so that won't be... I'll have to do that in the terminal at a later date. So that's pretty much it for the panel there. Can't really do too much while that's running now, so I might even just pause the recording. Have a little look at my notes here. I could do the file preferences. Let's do that. This is another bugbear of Zorin 10. We can go to that view there, for example, the list view, close, restart, and see it's not remembered it at all. It's gone back to the large icon view. Even if I shrink them down a bit, as soon as I close that and restart it, we're back to that. And the way around that is the Zorin look changer. Where is that? Zorin look changer. And I'm pretty sure it works in Unity, but I usually do it in Mac OS X. So we'll just see, there's the menu there, but there's no preferences in here, and they're not visible anywhere there. And I have seen this question asked a few times on internet forums when I went looking for the answer myself. But because I pay the donation to get the ultimate version, I get the technical support, whatever you call it, from Zorin. So this is what they've told me to do. Come in here and change the look to either Mac OS X or Unity. I'm not sure which other ones it work on. And then we go Files, and look, we've got a menu across here that we didn't have before. Now we can just go Edit, Preferences, and I like the list view. and this one here 33%. The other one doesn't bother me. I don't think the other one's a desktop. And with the navigate folders in a tree, that's about the only two that I change in here. So just close out of there, close out of there, just restart that, and there they are. There's my little tree flipper things here at the end here, the little arrows. So you know, if you had multiple folders inside folders there, or if we go to the network, and just start videos, so you could just open this. Should have gone the other one there. Go to the 2 terabyte drive, and see inside this folder here there's more folders, and you can just keep opening them up like that. So that's how I set it up. But we can close out of all that, and we'll just go back to the Windows 7 look. Looks like it's undone our hard work moving the panel to the top. We can close out of there, or while it's down here we'll take advantage of that, and we go to the, where do we get that? System Tools, the theme changer, and I'm pretty partial to red. We'll give the orange a go here, and black. And there you have it. I really like that black. That is just gorgeous, isn't it? We'll go the red. That just on the screen that I'm looking at here, that is just stunning for me to look at. There's no other way to put it. Sensational. It's really good at night too. It's just not as hard on the eyes. You haven't got all that light coming back in your face all the time. So there's that one out of the way. I think we can probably fairly safely put the panel back up the top. Close out of there. Oh, did it lose its IntelliHide mode? IntelliHide, did it? That's not very intelligent, is it? There we go. Close. It's a beautiful thing. Now that wallpaper just looks all wrong. Look at that. We'll just pick something a bit more. What's that going to look like with it? Oh, the sun's a bit bright over there. I'm really into my dark themes lately. This one actually looks pretty bad. Pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad, but it just looks a bit fake, doesn't it? We'll settle for that, because there's no pictures on here yet. I suppose we can go and do that now, can't we? There's the 2 terabytes. Back up. Is it system pictures? That looks like the one. I'll just copy all them into the pictures folder. That's on the NAS. So I see the menus have gone again. There's still no preferences in here. The only thing with the dark themes is it's a little bit hard. You can only sort of see over here where it's meeting something else, but see that the line's a bit blurred between this stuff in the background and this menu in the foreground here, and I probably just a few times I've been caught where I can't see something. There's something that's right there but I can't see it because of the theme. But if it's a bank document or something important, do it on another computer or change the theming back, whatever it takes. Now I'm just going to copy a few other things while I'm looking at them here. Go into, I don't think it's here what I'm looking for. No, so it'll be in Linux, EC300, Zorin 9 and 10. Here's a theme for Cairo Doc. Here's some build documents that I've created in the past. Zorin 10 Cairo Doc 2. October, September, October. Let's just take those ones there, I think. And there's the Compiz profile as well. So I'll just copy those and I'll put them in the downloads directory so that I've got them handy here later. And these two here, add a bookmark, and videos, add a bookmark, and then we right click and go rename, and I call them NAS because they're on my NAS, space 2TB for terabyte, and this is, right click that, rename, that'll become NAS videos. There we go, that's pretty much my file browser taken care of there. I'll just we might as well go and get it, I suppose. Where are we? Backup, music, God, ABBA, 10 cc's, holy shit. We'll just copy all that into the music folder there. I don't know, it's about 7 gigabytes. That's a bit more than I anticipated. And we've still got 33 seconds remaining over here on Synaptic. So we'll just let that finish for a moment. And I suppose that's only downloading. It's probably still got to install them, doesn't it? Mark the changes, whatever it's called. Yes. I might just pause the video, and we'll come back to some of this. Well, I've only paused it for about a minute because I came back here and looked, and I see that I've got 1,111 files, and I just thought, cool, very cool. The package manager's managing its packages over here, and remember now we started at, we've changed the clock now, didn't we? I think it was an hour fast. It's now 1:30. I think I started at 12:30 my time, and it's now 1:35. So in an hour we've installed this operating system. We have configured it up considerable amount already, and we're updating it as we speak, hopefully. I'll show you the VLC thing while it's doing all that. So if we right click the Zorin menu, I see we lost the sensors in the other menu we put there before too when we changed the theming. We right click the Zorin menu and go to edit. I'll go to another desktop. just write down here tweak tool, because it's another thing that I want to install that I've just thought of. Oop. I think we've had a hissy fit. The mouse has stopped working. Oh, there we go. I normally don't do so many things concurrently, but I'm sort of condensing it because the video is going to get quite lengthy. But I guess if you've watched this far, you're a bit of a die-hard on it, you're learning something. That's not much value to us like that. It's got 3 minutes left there. That's still chipping away there. Try this again. Edit. Oh, I can't see anything else. I think I'll still wait, but that's the thing. We're looking for this restore system configuration, but unfortunately no other items are visible in there. There's 2 rows of menu items where you can move everything around in the menu and whatever, but it's just not rendering properly there at the moment, so we'll give that a miss until you can actually see it. Because it's not much fun if we're just flying blind, is it? And another minute or two, that'll be finished, and we should have some pictures in there. We'll probably close that. The wallpaper. I'll just pause here. I'll just got to make some notes. Hopefully this error message thing that the mouse is on there will be gone when all this finishes. So I'll pause the video for a moment. Right. So we're back, and I've just remembered that I also wanted to get from here is the bookmarks for the browser, which will be any one of these that's named bookmarks, probably in there. Zorin 9 and 10. Where's the bookmarks? Well, they're all the same, so I can use any of them if I can find one. Bookmarks. They've probably changed a little bit, but just drag that to the desktop there, and that's going to be finished in a couple of seconds. So there is a ton of software in this Zorin 10 Ultimate, most of which I don't even know what it does. Where are we? I think we'll put our other menu back in there. Normally I wouldn't do anything while I'm installing software, but as I said before, it's just to condense the time down a little bit. We can probably shut that down for now. Unmount those network drives. Got our bookmarks there. Don't know if we can. No, we can't. Yes, we can. No, we can't. I was going to move them, but it's not going to let me. We'll just sit this one out, I think. I've had this Synaptic. It's a game, a shoot 'em game. Normally what I've done, the first few times I installed Zorin 10, I wasn't getting this unmet dependencies error thing here, and so after a short time the software updater would just turn up on the screen and you'd click yes or OK, whatever, update the software, and the first or second time it does it, it wants to update that Synaptic game, and it was probably the majority of the 1.7 gigabytes we've just downloaded now. I think it's 980 megabytes or something. The update for that game, so it's pretty big just by itself. I'll see if we can start the browser here. And then we just do a right click up here. I like the menu bar, and I like the bookmarks toolbar. And then if we go bookmarks, show all bookmarks, and then we go import and backup, restore, choose file, and so it's defaulted to the desktop, which is where I put that bookmarks.json file. I'll go open, it'll give us a little warning here, it's going to replace these other ones, and I'm just going to say OK. Then I can close that, and there's my bookmarks there, and the icons usually appear once you've clicked on them. And I don't know how that's looking on the video, but that just looks like you could reach out and grab it from here. So I'll just click on a few of those while that's finishing off over there. Actually, there's another thing I like to do is the preferences and add-ons here. I'll do the preferences. There's a couple more I'll do later on, but I'll just do this one. Under advanced, used auto scrolling. I'll just tick that. And then I go to the add-ons, and all the auto scrolling is, for those that don't know, if I click down just in there's no active bits over here, so if I just click there with the center click with the mouse, with the wheel, and then if I pull the mouse down, it scrolls up, scrolls down, and once I get above that little icon thing that's left behind there, so it just saves rolling the mouse wheel so much to scroll around. But I'll tell you what, those images look pretty vivid from here. And notwithstanding we haven't installed the NVIDIA driver, which I'm in no hurry to do at this stage. Looking at that, I mean, look at them, they look sensational, don't they? Oh, I've had this before. I think we'll just slide that back over the other screen. I haven't enabled other settings in configuring grub. Do you want to do about the modified grub file? Keep the local version currently installed is probably the best option. keep the local version. I think we'll just go with that. Grub Customizer is another item I want to install. Not that it's going to matter on this test rig, so to speak, but it's just one of my normal things that I do. So we're finished with the bookmarks there. Let's come back here while we're waiting for that. Click on a couple more there. We go to the add-ons manager. Found this great weather app recently. So if we just type weather up here in the search, and it's weather forecast global. Just click install. It takes a few seconds. And there it is there. The temperature's not right, but that'll be some other city at the moment, I think. Click on that, enter city. Enter a city. Melbourne, Australia, mate. Oh, it's keeps updating itself there. It looks like we got there. It's a pretty nice looking little weather app too, I find. Plus we've got the one, we've lost that too with our preferences, so we lost our weather, our other menu and our sensors that weren't working yet anyway. In the AWN panel, when we changed the look and changed it back, but that's not so bad. We'll just go back to the add-ons manager here, and if we type up here Adblock Plus, Adblock Plus, install. That's pretty much all you need to do with that one. Unless there's something that's blocking that you want to see, though I usually find just installing that's enough. This machine is running a bit like a dog. Let's close that. That's about it, I think, for that. What version of Firefox are we on here? It's probably being updated as we speak. 42, 43 already. Because I do like to have an image in it sometimes. It basically fills this hole behind all these icons. This nice image on my other computer. Milky Way over quiver trees, I think it's called. So it's got some trees in it, and then the Milky Way in the background. But it doesn't look as good in the later versions of Firefox. It doesn't seem to come right down here. It's just a little bit in this band up the top here. But I must say, in Zorin 10, I quite just like the plain old black there. Looks pretty good anyway. And we're about done in there. Now this is another feature I like of at the moment. I think Zorin OS is our home page. My ISP is TPG, and that's just normally what I set as my start page or home page. And in Firefox, you can just click on this tab over here and just drag it across and drop it on the home folder there, on that icon. And do you want this to be your new home page? Yes. I love Firefox. And just click a few more of these little icons here to get them happening. Maybe, yes, it's definitely running a bit slow at the moment with all that other stuff happening on the other desktop there, but we'll just have a quick look at the weather radar for this region. There you go, eBay loaded its icon, and now the Australian Bureau of Meteorology icon's loaded in there. Shortcut for the Mintbox Mini that I've got, and speed test. So icon's loaded, so that's about enough of that for the moment. I think we'll go back to, we're still applying changes, so that'll be why it's running like a dog. We're nearly finished here actually. We're just about done. Successfully applied. How's that for timing, eh? Is that good timing or what? We'll just close that. There you go, Windows, take that. Didn't even have to restart. So now I'll install a couple of these apps. That I'm going to install. Cairo Dock. There it is there. Right click and go mark for installation. It's going to say got all these things here we want to do as well. Mark. Actually we'll just, that little error thing's still there. I might even restart the computer even before I install Cairo Dock. I think we'll just come back to all this later. Unmark. I think that's unmarked everything. Still looks marked to me. What happens if we... Changes will get lost if you choose to quit. Okay, I'll pause the video, I'll do a restart on the machine.